So many things I've learned from my grandfather. One thing that I really picked up on from my grandfather is the art of praise. Knowing how to praise, knowing when to praise. And this is something sometimes we can really not get right. There's a wisdom to praise. And I'd like to share a couple of the points that I think are important to note. So, first of all, why is it that we praise? Why is it that we praise? So, one reason we praise is to recognize that somebody has done something. This is similar to maybe thanking. It's to recognize somebody has done something correct or right in your eyes, or maybe have done something for you. So, what we can say is praising is noticing the behavior of the other. Praising as well is encouragement. When we are praising, we are wanting to encourage that behavior. Let me share with you something that I've noticed over the last number of years. And that's to do with, for example, children in Kirov. In the area where I live, we have this situation where, for example, the children who are finding it difficult with Yiddishkeit, they organize all of these camps and they go to have pizza and they go on trips, etc., etc. And the children who are labeled the good kids aren't getting this. Now, there is this question, is why are there so many kids who, so to speak, are being more challenged with the Yiddishkeit? Well, it's interesting because they asked me this question and I answered because you are praising the unhealthy behavior. We have to make sure that when we are doing something, we are praising and giving energy, giving food to the behavior that we want. So let me explain this a little bit more. Say, for example, a child is acting out. So when a parent would reprimand that behavior, they have to take into consideration that they potentially are giving attention to that particular behavior. And what I'd like to suggest is sometimes we don't always have to reprimand, and sometimes we can just allow something to pass. And then when we see they are doing something good, when they're doing a behavior that we like, then we can feed that behavior with praise. And that praise potentially can encourage. And this is something incredibly important, but it takes a wisdom to know how to praise. Because sometimes we can praise in a very elaborate way for something very average. That doesn't help the child. Sometimes we can praise when really the job isn't so good. That's not going to help the child, especially when the kids normally know when they've done something good or not so good. So, what I'm suggesting is that we should be careful. As parents, as our carers for these children, we should be careful. We should recognize praise done in the right way with the right amount can be incredibly encouraging and powerful. So, for example, as we said, that if a person overpraises them, you devalue the currency of achievement. You devalue the currency of what you're trying to achieve. If you tell them they are brilliant, as we said, with something mediocre, what will you say when they really do something brilliant? And if every little thing they achieve is rewarded with copious praise, on a certain respect, they can end up being terrified to actually do something, because they may feel they're going to fail. And kids don't need that sort of pressure. The other nakuda, which is really important to remember, is that we don't always remember the reality of really praising and showing gratitude for the little things. So leverage the situation where, for example, you've gone out somewhere and the kid has acted well. The young person has acted with dignity or respect. You could say to them, well done for doing this and this and this, or well done for not doing this and this and this. Praise the good behavior. Success breeds success. Failure does not breed success. Energize that which is positive. So, for example, if the kid hung up a towel, you can say, well done and thank you for hanging up that towel. When somebody has done their homework and you didn't need to tell them, well done for doing your homework without me needing to tell you. These little places of gratitude, these little places of praise in already that which they should be doing is incredibly powerful. I remember when I was teaching in a school, there was a situation where there was a couple of kids who were out of line. And it was an amazing thing because what I did, I called the name of the young person in front of the person out of the line. And I said to him, his name was Yaakov, Yaakov, well done for being in line and standing so nicely. And then there was one other boy who was out of line, so I called the person in front of him, I think his name was Michal, if I remember, well done for standing so nicely. And lo and behold, it was an amazing reality, but those two boys went into line, they were out of line. So sometimes by praising something that somebody else is doing, when a young person is not doing that, sometimes they can follow into queue. And then when they went into the line, then I said, well done, thank you for going into the line, well done. So this nakuda of wise praising, having the ability to give nutrition to the good, healthy, positive behaviors that we expect them to do, that's good, praise. Well done for doing that which I expected you to do. Obviously, you wouldn't say that, but well done for putting away your dishes. Thank you for putting away your dishes. A praise can be expressed as gratitude. Thank you for hanging up the towel. And when they're not doing something good, think how you will deal with it. Are you going to then create a situation where you're going to be giving them negative energy? Or maybe can you look over it and at a different point talk about it, but work on praising the good? The last part I would like to share, something that we shared, which I think is really powerful, is when we do praise, when we do thank. If you just say, oh, thank you for bringing me a cup of water, or thank you for washing the dishes, just say thank you. But when you go more specifically into why you are thankful, I find this to be very powerful. So thank you for washing the dishes, because I was expecting to come home and spending time to wash the dishes and I was already hot and whatever. And now I see the dishes are done. Wow, I feel very much relaxed and I feel that you value me. Thank you. I feel that I can just sit down now and relax and have a drink for a moment and, be present for you and everybody else, etc., etc. So you could say thank you, you can praise and explain why. What has it done for me and what's it done for us? So think about it, and may we be wise in how we praise, and may we be able to give the right amount of praise in the right way, and encourage our children, encourage the ones that we are caring for to recognize that which is right, to do more of it, and hopefully to be sensible and patient when they're doing something that we don't deem as right. Sometimes we could look over it and starve that behavior, so to speak, and look for the opportunities to strengthen. Again, success breeds success. Failure doesn't breed success. Give food to that which you wish to strengthen. L'chaim tovim u'l'shalom.